All right. We're going to very carefully move this around the flame. We are going to play a game today. Now, everyone knows how to play this game, right? So get the balloons to the back of the room as fast as you can. Oh, wait. Stop. Hold on. Hold on. The balloons can't touch the floor. What was that? All right, let's try again. That way. Balloons can't touch the floor. Oh yeah, let's bring some balloons forward again. Okay, ready? Go. Oh, hold on. Nope, wait. No, hold on, we're gonna start over. Okay, wait, you can't carry the balloons. Well, it said retroactive legislation. All right, ready? Go. Oh, yeah. Okay, stop. Balloons fell on the floor. Hold on. Yeah, that is harder for you guys. So, we might have to make different rules for you all. There we go. Maybe you're allowed to bridge. So also, at least 6 people have to touch the balloon. Okay? Ready? Go. Oh, wait. Okay, wait, stop. You all are such you-yous. I'm like, stop. You're like, no. No, we have to alternate. For this groups, we have to alternate sides at least 3 times. I promise we're getting close to the end of this game. Do we want to start over? We got a reset over here. Going back. All right. Ready? All right, let's try it again. Okay. I do see 2 balloons on the floor. Okay, and another rule, everybody in a different age group has to touch the balloon, at least once. I think we can modify one rule to allow carrying between the choir and the rest of the congregation. Ready? You did it. Okay. So you might be wondering if I've lost my mind, and that's entirely possible. But the point of the game was that it's no fun to play a game when not everyone knows the same ground rules. When retroactive legislation. Have you ever tried to play a game when you didn't know all the rules? There's actually a card game out there like that where the rules keep coming. Or have you tried to play a game when suddenly a person decided to make up new ones or just not follow the ones that have been agreed upon? Yeah. A game's rules allow for playful, creative fun, and you did a brilliant job of having playful, creative fun within the boundaries of the field or the board or the video screen. It's the rules of the game that allow for equal participation. Even if you're playing cooperative games, games that aren't competitive, where people work toward the same goal, everybody has to work together to win, there are still rules. So think about our congregational life like that. It's a playful, cooperative game. What helps us know and understand the goals, the expectations, and the boundaries? We have one goal, to live out our mission as best we can. It would be super easy if one person could just pick up a balloon and run it to the back of the room. But is that fun? It was pretty creative, though. So we have guidelines and agreements about how we will be together and how we will play together toward the fulfillment of our mission. Our congregational covenant, as well as other aspects of who we are, help us play the game. Our covenant provides clear boundaries, transparently communicated, so everyone knows, to get us moving together toward the same goal, flexible enough to allow creativity along the way. So let's try our balloon game again with one simple rule. Get the balloons to the front of the room, avoiding the chalice, without it touching the floor, with as many people as possible participating. So let's go for over here. The choir's no longer singing today, they're just gonna play. I invite you to join me in singing the children and anyone else who feels the need to continue playing out with our children's blessing, led by Lilith.
May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. May your heart know
Thank you for joining me in a bit of fun. I've been looking forward to the month of creativity for months. A couple of weeks ago, we experimented with letting go of structure, which resulted in a fun and surprising experience as we didn't know what would happen next in our service. This morning, our game served as and I put in parentheses in case it wasn't true, hopefully, enjoyable reminder of how rules can bring structure to an experience. Although our game was silly and full of its own surprises, it allowed us to encourage more people to be engaged in the room and consider how these rules and structure might enhance creativity. We had to keep balancing and rebalancing to make it work. Rules can establish boundaries and limits that help us focus our creative energies. These boundaries act as guidelines, allowing us to think in new ways without the overwhelming and humanly impossible task of thinking in all ways. Our game today reminded us that the easiest way to play would be to run the balloon to the back of the room. However, the rules encouraged us to expand our thinking and involve others in the game, resulting in unexpected events. Thankfully, none of them involved the chalice. Building community requires us to be creative together, and it's the structures of our community life that support us in doing so. Our congregation consists of diverse individuals with their own needs, hopes, and perspectives. And together, we strive to nurture a community that supports the spiritual growth of its members and works toward creating a more just society. And rules have the power to ignite inspiration. As a few of you know, I regularly play Dungeons and Dragons with a small group of friends, most of whom are ministers. Dungeons and Dragons, say that 3 times fast, are also known as D&D, and now you know why, is a role-playing game that encourages players to pretend they're characters in a fictional world. It's a game centered around creativity and cooperation. At the same time, it is heavily reliant on rules. Without these rules, there would be no structure to the world. There would be nothing to play. Rules can help us channel our creativity in specific directions. Knitters rely on instructions or previously learned techniques to create scarves and blankets. Composers work within the structure of certain music forms to write music. Bakers learn the rules of temperature, time, and taste. Knowing these rules allow them the freedom to develop unique and impressive creations. Poets often work within a set of rules about rhyme and rhythm. And when attempting to write a specific style of poem, the poet must continue to be creative in order to fit their ideas within the constraints of that style. For instance, without the rules of haiku, the following poem would not exist. Rules guide the wild mind. Creativities dance within. Boundaries set free. Structure can push us to think outside the box, moving beyond our initial solutions and encouraging more innovative approaches to the topics or the ideas that we're working with. Now, I acknowledge, and I love you all, and you reinforce this. As Unitarian Universalists, we have a complicated relationship to rules. Thank you for helping my illustration. Some of us, especially those who may have had past experiences with very rigid religious rules, bristle at any hint of rules here in our liberal faith tradition. I've often heard people scoff that Unitarian Universalism isn't a religion because a religion is about rules and we're about freedom. And it's an understandable reaction. But I'd like you to consider how rules support our creativity. Having rules for when and how our building can be used frees us to develop all sorts of creative programs. Rules and structure for worship frees us to invite musicians and others to share their creative talents. Even our budget compels us to be creative, sometimes more than we would like. It encourages us to think about how we introduce new programs. Rules and policies help us to experiment with new ways to build these programs, urging us to think and rethink our response to the needs and challenges faced by our congregation. In our chalice circles, we utilize the guidelines to encourage deep listening, creating more authentic relationships with ourselves and each other. In a culture that often fails to listen, these guidelines push us to expand our cultural understanding and explore the power of a new way of being. My beloved spiritual companions, creativity does not require us to do away with guidelines and rules. Indeed, these can serve as a creative container. They can assist us in building a stronger community together. They can encourage us to continue growing and developing and changing, to consider how we can work more fully with our resources, to challenge our perceived limits as we explore alternate possibilities. May we continue to build a creative world together. Blessed be.